Hi, and welcome to our June 8th auction preview video of Asian Arts. We're going to begin here with this beautiful pair of yellow ground lidded jars with dragons. We have this beautiful gray and white design and also these Famille Rose floral cartouches. Just a really nice color combination, unusual, large in form, a really nice addition to our sale. And here we have a Celadon incised lotus bowl, really quite beautiful. Again, a beautiful shade of the Celadon green, marked to the underside. A nice slightly scalloped edge. And here's a large blue and white brush pot, again with the figural and landscape depictions to the body of vessel and these feet. Unfortunately, there is a hairline to the interior, but another beautiful example of Chinese art. This came from a Bronxville estate, and this is a fluorite carving mounted later as a lamp. What makes this really nice is that it's an unusually large example. So we have here the bird full carvings on this carved wood base later mounted as a lamp, but also what's interesting about this piece is there's a really nice carved jade finial. So you can see here again with the scalloped edge, the slightly incised design, and this is from a Bronxville estate. One of my favorite lots in the sale, just because I like the subject matter, is this Chinese enamel decorated butterfly box. So the lidded vase and kind of in this beautiful quatrefoil form of the box itself, reminiscent of also a butterfly's wings. So I just love the subject matter, I love the form, the use of color, really a beautiful box. This is from a Brooklyn estate. This is a blue souffle lidded box with gilt decoration. Again, a nice early example of Chinese art. Unusually large, particularly large, blue and white fishbowl or jardiniere with foliate designed to the edges, and then these pine trees and foliate designed to the body of vessel. A really nice example. This is an early Japanese Arita charger. So we have this interior depiction of an actor, beautiful bird designs to the border, and again this kind of fish scale design. There is an inscription to the underside, and we believe that this may be originally have sold through Christie's. So again, another large example of Chinese porcelains. This is a Famille Rose enamel decorated vase mounted as a lamp. We have the beautiful examples of these high relief apocryphal items, and then the foo dog and ball handles. And this was later mounted as a lamp. Pair of Chinese Famille Rose enamel decorated hat stands. So with these quatrefoil form pierced pendants, figural design throughout. Here is the underside, so we can see the remnants of a mark, and those two are together. This is an interesting lot in the sale. So this is a kimono tray, so a lacquered kimono tray. What's nice is it does come with the original box with the markings here. And what makes this particularly unusual is, so we have this emblem in the center, but this lacquer on the underside is really an unusual, an exceptional example of lacquer work. So this is estimated at $300 to $500, and this came in on one of our walk-in days. This is a blue and white vase with dragons and flaming pearls and a phoenix. So really quite nice. Again, I like the subject matter, and here's the mark to the underside. Another example of blue souffle, if you just wanted to see that, is the blue souffle ground with the Famille Verte decoration. And I just love when there are two examples of the same thing but different in many aspects. So these are both examples of blue souffle as the groundwork, but just two entirely different pieces. So I just like a side-by-side comparison for all of you out there. But this is a beautiful form, nice form to the vase itself, a recess to the underside, and then this floral decoration. A pair of Peking glass lidded jars came from a local estate, again with the high relief decoration. So you can see here the bird and flower motif, really quite nice. And I just love this yellow color, it's in vogue now. Cinnabar box, again with a landscape and figural design to the top, really a nice example. From one of our walk-in days, we have this carved jade jewelry, some more contemporary jewelry that utilizes these carved jade pieces. This is really quite nice, this lavender jade bead, and then these incised jade beads with the coral bead spacers. Blue and white Chinese calligraphy vase. Here is the underside, so really quite nice calligraphy throughout, probably poems. A pair of, came from the same estate as our Peking glass. So this is a pair of Chinese cloisonne lidded jars. Just again, great colors, great enamel work. This is from the same estate. So this is a variation of cut to clear. So there's this landscape scene to the bottleneck vase, and then this archaic style design to the neck. Really quite nice and really a lovely piece. Pair of Chinese Fami Rose enamel decorated lidded jars, lidded cups with underplates, floral decoration. Moving forward, this is a carved glass bok choy snuff bottle with the original little box, really quite nice. And then here we have 2 of 4, so there's a complete set of 4 of these large Chinese Fami Vert enamel decorated plaques. So really quite nice, really lovely also the way that they're framed with these hinges, really quite nice. So these are just 2 of 4, and the grouping is altogether estimated at 2,000 to 3,000. And this is one of the stars of our Asian selection this month, is this Toko Shinodo painting. It is signed in the lower corner, and really just a beautiful example of his work. Came from a local estate. It is also inscribed verso. So really quite nice. And then last but not least for this month, we're going to show you this very large silk embroidered tapestry, probably a wall hanging that went between 2 rooms because each side, so we have the red ground on this side with this beautiful foliate decoration, and then on the underside is an even different scene. I do suggest that you take a look at all the images online because it is quite large, so it's not so easy to turn it around for you, but the underside has this pink ground with foliate design. So it's really quite lovely, large inside, a beautiful example. And that wraps it up for our Asian art selection for June 8th, and we hope to see you there.